Hey guys, Blake here with another video, and this morning I had a few minutes to kill, so I was just cruising around my local supermarket, checking out my favourite aisle and seeing if there was any little projects I could start up in the fish room for the purpose of a video. And while I was there, I was looking around and there was heaps of items that I could actually use, so I figured why not put together a 10 items that you can find at your local supermarket and use in your fish room. Let's jump straight into the video. The first one on the list is, of course, containers. They come in large sizes and small sizes, and they have multiple uses, as I'm sure we're aware. The larger size we can use as backup quarantine tanks. We can transport fish in them, and also it's good to just have a couple on hand in case your aquarium springs a leak or in another emergency situation. And the smaller ones we can use for things like food storage, keeping live cultures such as microworms. We can use them as dispensers for fish food as well, plant grow out and terrariums as well, because you'll be able to seal them up and keep that humidity in. So containers of all shapes and sizes are really versatile. You can even drill holes in them and make your own DIY breeder box out of them or something similar. So plenty of uses for containers, and of course they're readily available at any good supermarket. Next one on the list are power boards. You know, us fish keepers, we like to walk the tightrope with electricity, I guess, and we have way too many things plugged in, most of us, but you can certainly pick up power boards at your supermarket, and it's a good idea to have a few spare on hand as well, just in case there's a bit of a surge or something like that and you need a new power board so that your fish get the aeration, get that water circulation, and we don't lose the beneficial bacteria in our filters. So power boards are another great one you can pick up at your supermarket and use in your fish room. Along that vein, extension cords are also important. Sometimes we have to run lights and things from a fair distance from our power outlet, so you can also find extension cords readily at your supermarket. And the last one along this sort of line of thinking, you can also pick up timers at supermarkets. So manual timers and Wi-Fi timers, both available at the supermarket I was at this morning. So timers are obviously imperative, especially if we're going to grow plants. It's important to get that constant light cycle to keep the plants going. So timers are also critical. Next one on the list is actually torches, and you might be wondering, why would I need a torch? Well, a couple of reasons really. So first of all, if you have fish that are going to breed in caves, sometimes it's good to have a torch on hand that you can just peek inside, see what's happening, see if you've got any fish or fry or eggs going on in there, and just check it all out. Also, sometimes it's just hard to see up that back corner of the aquarium without an additional light source. And the second one is that some fish are a lot easier to catch at night, so some really fast tetras and things, I like to actually wait until lights out, give it a few hours after, wait till they're nice and resting, and then you can use yourself a torch and save yourself hours of work chasing around fish if you catch them at night. So a torch can be really handy in the fish room for sure. Next one's pretty important as well. You can get measuring implements at your supermarket, things like measuring jugs, measuring spoons, and these are really important for dosing medications, introducing salt and other chemicals, and also can be really handy for portioning out food. So a lot of us just go by feel, and oftentimes we feed a little bit too much, so you can get a bit of a more regular feeding happening if you do portion it out with measuring spoons or something similar. And the other one is a condiment dispenser. So this is really handy for powderized fry food, and I've introduced this in the last few months and I've found it to be really handy. So you can simply just keep the cap on, and when it comes time to feed your fry, take the cap off, shake it into the aquarium, and you'll get a nice portion of fry powder into your aquarium. So I really do enjoy using the condiment dispenser for that purpose, and it was really tedious beforehand trying to get the right amount. So condiment dispenser, really handy in the fish room. The next one you cannot have too many of if you're anything like me, and that is scissors. There might even be, I think there's about 3 pairs hanging on that hook up there. Scissors I find are really important, and I particularly like the kitchen shear type scissors because they're really heavy duty. They rip into a few packages, cut open packaging, and just really handy in the fish room. So scissors, I always find I'm losing and I'm always needing. So you can never have too many kitchen scissors in your aquarium, in your fish room. Another real handy one is a pepper grinder or salt grinder, and this can be really great if you've got fish food that is a bit too large. You can just stick those pellets in the pepper grinder, grind them up into the size that you like, and it's great if you've got aquariums with fry and adults in there, so everyone can get a good size of pellet and you don't have to buy 15 different types of food. So pepper grinder or salt grinder, one that you can adjust the coarseness of, is really handy to have in your fish room as well. And last but not least, I think an ice cube tray is really important too. You can make your own fish foods, you can make up batches of rapashi, or you can reportion things like bloodworms and brine shrimp that you buy frozen. Be careful always with your timing and make sure there's no bacteria build up when you're handling these foods, but ice cube trays can be really handy. Another great thing you can do is actually freeze things like liquid fertilizers and insert the frozen ice cube into your substrate, getting that root nutrition as well. So there's plenty of uses for ice cube trays in the fish room, and I think you could probably come up with a few yourself. So there's my 10 items that you can pick up at your supermarket and use in your fish room today. Hopefully you like this video. If you've got any other ideas, be sure to put them down below for anybody else who might be watching and might want a few extra ideas as well. If you like the video, it always helps me out to smash like, hit subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Other than that, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.